Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another foundation review. I feel like it's been a long time since I did a review, which has only been a week. But I really enjoy trying foundations, so I feel like it's been a long time, but it really hasn't. So the foundation that I'm going to be reviewing today is the Ordinary foundation. This is the coverage foundation. They have a serum foundation, but this one has higher pigment levels than the serum foundation. If you've tried the serum foundation, then that's the difference between the two. And it may be some other differences, but yeah, it has a higher pigment than the serum one. So the brand name for this foundation is Deciem. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's also referred to as the Abnormal Beauty Company. So I have this foundation in the shade 30Y, and it's described as medium dark with yellow undertones. So the foundation price on the website is $6.90. And then it was $4.99 shipping, so it came to $11.89 for the foundation. It's not available in store yet, so even though the price point looks small, it's more so like a medium drugstore price with it being $11.89. And I also noticed one thing about the website as far as pricing. Well, first let me start with the website is a little bit difficult to navigate through. It takes a little minute for me to figure out what I was doing on the website. It seemed like there's a lot of stuff on the website, and there's also inconsistencies in the pricing of things on the website. When I looked at this foundation, my mind went to, wow, this brand is very inexpensive. But then when I went to, okay, let me see how much their skincare is. And the first three things I see, the first one was $20, the second one was $5.80, and then the third one was $55. It almost confuses you. It's almost like, are the cheaper things less effective? Are the more expensive things better quality? I mean, it kind of confuses you on what you're getting out of the product because the prices are so inconsistent. I'm kind of skeptical on whether or not this is going to work just because this is cheaper and they have products that are more expensive. So basically, if everything on the website was expensive, I would grade everything on the same level. But because the products are cheaper here and then expensive here all across the website, it makes me feel like this was made with less effective ingredients. I'm not quite sure. It's just an assumption that I get, and maybe a lot of people are getting. So this foundation comes in 21 shades, which just off that number you would think that it's a wide range of shades, but it really isn't. It's mostly geared towards lighter complexions for the shades, and starting from my shade, the shade that I picked, including my shade, there are 6 shades for, I guess, African American people, because I'm African American, but it doesn't go super dark and there isn't a wide shade range for us. So the finish of this foundation is a smooth finish, and it doesn't give you that caked on makeup look according to the website. That's what they say. It also has a lightweight texture, and it is more of a non-oily cream is what they describe it as. The foundation formula also resists collecting into fine lines, which you guys know how I feel about that. A lot of foundations say that, and most of them don't live up to that, so we'll be testing that in this video, of course. So this foundation is more of a matte foundation. It's a semi-matte finish. So for $11.89 including shipping, this foundation comes in 1 fluid ounce, which is typical for a foundation. It's a typical size, and it is a 12-month shelf life. As far as what this foundation is free of, alcohol-free, oil-free, nut-free, soy-free, vegan, and cruelty-free, and gluten-free. I actually wanted to insert a little note when I saw that oil-free. You guys know I love Allure magazine, so I read every magazine that I get. And in the last issue, they talked a lot about skin and foundation, and they got some pretty big makeup artists to give a few tips on foundation. And one of the tips that I saw in there, I'm pretty sure it was from Laura Mercier herself. She actually said that oil-free foundations tend to oxidize a little bit more. And I never paid attention to what foundations oxidize more, if it's my oil-free ones or not. But I am going to start paying attention to that, and because this foundation is oil-free, I'm definitely going to see if it oxidizes a little bit on me. It may not oxidize. She just said that they tend to oxidize a little bit more, so I just thought that was cool and I wanted to share that with you guys. So we're going to start applying this foundation. Now, as far as the directions, of course, you shake before use, dispense a small amount onto the palm or back of your hand, smooth on and blend throughout the face, ideally outward from the midpoint of the face and just shaking up the foundation in here. It's very liquidy. So for blending in the foundation, I'm going to be using the Sigma F88 brush, one of my favorite brushes to blend in my foundation. It's angled, so I'm going to really be able to get around my tinted brows, which, update on that, I really think they're starting to look really good. The only thing is that it kind of appears that it's shiny right here, so it isn't a matte look, which I kind of like my brows to be matte. So I may apply a little bit of powder just on the highest points of my brow to kind of set them so they don't look shinier than the rest of my face. I did the brow tint on Monday and it's Wednesday now, and I've been washing it even before. I started washing my face before the 24 hours was up. If you saw the video, I'll link it in one of these corners. Even though they said don't do that, but it was so harsh, so I really wanted to start washing it before the 24 hours was up. But I'm not scrubbing super hard. I know this is so off topic. I don't scrub super hard to wash around my brows. I just do it normally, like I normally would across my entire face. Another thing is that there are some dots right here. I don't know where those came from. Other than that, I think they're starting to look really good, like really natural. And someone said that like after a while, it starts to look a little natural. I'm going to just pump it. Hopefully this matches me. Like, I'm crossing my fingers because of course I bought this online. It may be a tad bit too light for me. We'll see if it oxidizes into a better shade. This is pretty nice coverage though. I will give it maybe, I don't know if I would deem it as full coverage because I almost feel like I can go back in around my cheek and add a little bit more of the foundation. So maybe buildable. It may be buildable to a full coverage. I'm gonna add a little bit more on this side and just see if it builds nice. Yeah, you can kind of see from when I first applied the foundation till now that it's slightly darker. So that tip, that oil-free foundations tend to oxidize. If me and you are the same skin tone, I would go with 3.1Y if you have yellow undertones like me. So for concealer, I'm going to try the new concealer that I got. I asked you guys of a concealer that you think I should try because I wanted to try some new concealers, and one of you guys actually told me to try the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have this concealer and I am a fan of it. So I decided I should just go ahead and try the pot concealer, or really it's called the Soft Matte Complete Concealer, but it's in a pot. And I have it in the shade Biscuit. So I guess it's a double first impression. One thing that I don't like right off the top is, I mean, I knew this before I got it, but that it's in a pot because it's not that sanitary, but I do like the shade. I normally use Ginger in the Radiant Creamy Concealer, but I decided that I wanted something a little bit darker because Ginger is 2 shades lighter in their shade range, but this one is 1 shade lighter. But so far, this looks good. I do know that people say that it kind of creases on them, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. So one thing about this foundation is that it doesn't come with a cap, but it does lock. If you just turn it to the side, it locks so you can't pump it anymore. But there is not a cap, which I would prefer to have a cap just because when I travel, this may turn because it's easy to turn back and forth, and then it may spill everywhere. So that's something to keep in mind too. So for powder, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Loose Setting Powder. So it does crease. It's already settling into my creases right here. You can see right there. And right there, it is already creasing. But hopefully, once I set it, it'll stop creasing. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. It is 1:45 p.m. So we'll see how this foundation wears throughout the day. I really like it so far. I mean, it's not creasing super bad in my smile lines, even though I haven't said much. And I've had foundations to crease when I don't even talk much. I do see a little bit of creasing like on my forehead area, but nothing too bad. My face does look smooth. The claim on their website that it gives a smooth finish is true. I really look smooth. So we'll keep an eye on it throughout the day and just see how it wears. So yeah, keep on watching. Hey guys, so it is 3:47. So I guess it's been about 2 hours of me wearing this foundation. So my smile lines are already creased. You can see it right there. Not so much on this side, but on this side it's creased. So the claim of that it doesn't settle into fine lines is not true. But overall, I think it looks still pretty decent. I'm not oily anywhere. Still looking nice. So I'm gonna update you guys in a few more hours to see how it's looking. So in a dark room, it has really bad flashback. Like there's no getting by with wearing this foundation. In a well-lit room, I would say it's better on the flashback scale, but it still definitely has flashback. So as a summary, I'm not super oily. It does crease in my smile lines. The shade that I chose is a little too light, and that's shade 30Y, and it has flashback. So that's kind of a summary of the foundation on how it wears on my oily skin. You can just see how it looks. Besides the highlight, of course, there's pretty much no oiliness. It's just like a slight shine, almost how it originally started, maybe just a little bit shinier, and it's been on for 7 hours. Let me know if you tried this foundation down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.